Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Friday, August 7th. Kind of a mixed day today. We had NASDAQ down. We had S&P and Dow up fractionally. Look, there is no fiscal cliff. The fiscal cliff that I was predicting, that I was forecasting based on the cuts in those $600 weekly unemployment benefits. Now, I mean, I see that in the data. For example, this week, the daily unemployment benefits paid out was down 28% versus last week and down 34% versus 2 weeks ago. But the problem is overall spending, which includes many other spending items, just continues to go up. So the total amount of government spending is now not only at a new all-time high, but a new all-time high year over year. And even the growth rate of spending, I know I've mentioned this a couple of times in the last couple of videos, the growth rate of spending, which looks like it had been plateauing, it almost looks like it's re-accelerating now. So the whole scenario, which I had forecast based on my belief that the cuts in those benefits would contract the level of spending or bring it down to a lower level, slow the growth rate, bring down the year over year increase, that's just not happening. So this completely explains the rise in the stock market. I mean, when the government is pumping that much money, it has to flow somewhere, so it's flowing to, corporate profits of, like I said in an earlier video, it's flowing to corporate profits in a narrower and narrower universe of companies. We're talking about the Apples, the Amazons, the Googles, the Microsofts, the Facebooks, and some other companies, but not a lot. But these companies are big enough that they affect the market averages. They could pull them up. There's one other thing, if I'm going to point to, maybe a budding negative thing, which still is not very decisive right now, but corporation income tax deposits, which all through the month of June and July, remember, those were rising over last year, showing or corroborating the increase of the openings of businesses in the U.S. and stuff like that, and you could see that in those tax flows. Those have leveled off, all right? And in the last few days, the daily corporation income taxes have fallen down below same time last year. Not by a lot, but it's a sketchy little, and I don't know if it's a trend, but it's a sketchy little development there that needs to that bears watching, because those corporation income tax deposits, they are at least a sign or a hint of what is happening with corporate profits. So I'm keeping my eye on that. But the way I see it right now is that there's no fiscal cliff. If we don't see something in the data next week which starts to indicate a greater slowdown or whatever, or just a slowdown, I mean, it's not slowing down. It's amazing. We're up 5.9 trillion. That's a new all-time high in spending. We're going to go way over 6 trillion. We're up 1.6 trillion year over year. That is a new all-time year over year increase. We're up like 36 point almost 9% growth rate. It also explains the bullish trend in metals, gold, silver, the bearish trend in the dollar. Let me talk about that for a second, because I know today we had a pullback in gold, we had a pullback in silver. Silver overnight briefly went above $29 an ounce. It's like 28 and change today. Dipped into the 27s. Gold went down to 2030. These trends have not been broken. I mean, we're still in a bullish gold trend. We're still in a bullish silver trend. And the dollar One thing I noticed today, and again, another one of these headline reflex reactions, was Trump said he's putting sanctions on the Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam, and right away, boom, everyone ran into the dollar. Now this reminds me of the old, the trade war tweets, the tariff tweets, when everybody bought the dollar. And all along, for 2 years, I said, you got to sell that. You got to sell that. It may take some time, but the dollar is coming down. The dollar is still coming down. I sold dollar today on that rally. And while the rally may have a little bit of short-term momentum, it doesn't change the underlying fundamentals of what's going on with the dollar. So that's it. I got to see what's happening next week, but right now it looks like there's no fiscal cliff. And remember, that was my forecast. I said we're going to see that in the numbers. That's not like people say, oh, see, MMT has nothing to do with MMT. MMT is 100% correct. MMT, it just explains that spending is rising. It was me who said we're going to see it fall. We didn't see it fall. So I got that wrong. But if it doesn't fall, I'll tell you this. There's plenty of upside left to this stock market, as overbought as it might be. And I'll repeat that. If it doesn't stall or come down, there is plenty of upside left to this stock market rally. Plenty. I don't even, I can't even put a number on it. Because these figures are enormous. These spending figures are enormous. They have not slowed down. So there you have it. Anyway, it's all going to be in my report on Monday as usual. Go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com. Sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. And also, listen to my podcast. All right? I think there was a good one. The one I put out this week. Excellent. Check it out. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.